Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. In this video today, I'm going to share with you guys some of the tools and essentials that you will need in order to cut your own hair at home. I know a lot of you guys have been using my videos to cut your own hair at home due to this pandemic that's happening, and with that being said, I hope that all of you guys are staying safe, staying home, and just staying in and only leaving your home when you need to. So I just wanted to do this video just to share with you guys what kind of tools you would need to cut your hair, because in all honesty, a lot of people are going to be wanting to cut their hair at home because there's not going to be any salons that's open to take any appointments right now, because you know we're all practicing social distancing. This video was requested by one of my viewers. She wanted to know if I could do a video on what I would need to cut your hair at home. So I'm going to share with you guys some supplies that you will need to do that. But first and foremost, if you guys are new here to my channel, if you're brought here somehow and in the end you like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Right now I'm coming up with a lot of videos. Don't forget to turn your notification on so that you guys will be notified when I have a new video posted. Lately I've been posting like every other day now just because I have more time. And check me out on Instagram. 2 accounts, one's my blogging account and one is my artistry account. Check it out. Sharee.dawn for one and Glamstar Artistry for the other. So let's get started with some of the basic tools that you would need to cut your own hair. Alright, so first and foremost, you are of course going to need some hair shears. A lot of people who cut their own hair at home tend to just use scissors. In order to get a good haircut, you need some hair shears. So I have hair shears here. And I have hair shears here. I have a lot of hair shears just because I do hair. I know some of you can only resort into using either crafting shears, kitchen shears, sewing shears, which is not really going to do the best for your hair, because if you are cutting your hair, you're only going to want to use shears strictly for hair. And if you do have a pair of hair shears, only use it for your hair. Don't leave it around in the kitchen or in the bathroom where you're going to be cutting paper or cardboard or string or pieces of clothing. These are meant only for your hair. If you love your hair enough to invest in it, to take care of it, and you are going to cut your own hair, try to stick to only hair scissors. Because if you're going to be using like craft scissors, kitchen scissors, chances are you're going to cause a lot of damage to your hair. It's going to cause more split ends. It's just going to pull on your hair and it's just not going to give you that fine of a cut. Now I know right now, the situation that we're in, a lot of people can't go out, but there's always Amazon. You can always order off of Amazon. So if you want to check out for some hair shears, definitely check it out. The very first pair of scissors that I got, or shears that I got for my hair, was from Sally's, and I think I paid like less than $10 for it, and it worked out just fine. And at that time I wasn't a professional or anything like that. I was just cutting my own hair, just cutting my family's hair. But now that I'm slowly making my way as a professional, I have invested in some really good shears. Next, of course, you're going to need some hair clips. So I use these kind of hair clips when I cut hair, but you don't have to. This is just kind of like one of the, I don't know if you want to call it a professional hair clip. You can find these online as well. A lot of these things you can find on Amazon. I also have these clips that I also use, and I bought these from the dollar store. I bought these from Dollarama, and you know, you can't really go wrong with these clips, because all you need the clips for is just to section your hair, to clip it off. So if you're working with an underlayer part of your hair and you need to clip off the other section of your hair, it's great to just have hair clips as opposed to hair ties. I mean, like if you don't have hair clips, people resort into using hair ties, which is fine as well, but I just find it a lot easier using hair clips, because when you're done cutting the underlayer, you can just release the hair with the clip, as opposed to just kind of like untangling your hair from the hair ties. So I'm sure you guys have some clips laying around at home. If not, I know that here Dollarama is still open as an essential store for people to shop at. Obviously, we all know a lot of stores have closed down, but if you must run to the dollar store or anything like that for anything, make sure you still practice your social distancing, wear gloves, bring your hand sanitizer, anything, because this I got from that store, but I'm not trying to encourage you to go out right now. Just sharing with you guys where I got this, because this is not at all a professional hair clip, because I just got this from the dollar store. But again, if you really need it and you really want to start cutting your own hair, and even in the future if you want to do that, just maybe make it safer and purchase it off of Amazon. I will post some of my favorites down below and in my description box, and you can check out the link to buy all of that stuff too as well. And they're gonna be pretty affordable. So, you know, during this time, I know, like I said, a lot of people are gonna wanna cut their hair and they're gonna need the tools. So I'll help you guys out and post a few links down below so that you guys can pick yourself up some supplies. The next essential that you need are combs. So I have a set of combs over here. These ones I actually just picked up from the dollar store as well. And you have all the combs that you need to cut your hair. Again, I'm not going to mention it. Amazon, you can buy all this stuff at Amazon, but I actually had to do a quick run to get some stuff. I picked up some combs, and all the combs you really need are in this kit. So for hair cutting, you're basically just going to need like one hair cutting comb. When cutting hair, I always have a comb in one hand, and then I have my scissors on the other hand. Sometimes I hold it like this. That's when I cut other people's hair, but obviously when you're going to be cutting your own hair, you're not going to be able to balance both at the same time. But it's good to have just kind of like a comb like this, just to help brush everything out when you're sectioning it and getting it ready for the cut. Another good comb to use too when it comes to sectioning your hair is a tail comb. So this comb kit comes with a tail comb. Actually, I will show you what this all comes with. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 8 combs that come in this kit, and it was $1.25. Really cannot go wrong with all of this. I know that Sally's also has stuff that you can buy, but obviously right now Sally's is closed because it is not an essential store. I just say stay safe and just order online so you don't have to leave your home. But a good comb to use when sectioning your hair is a tail comb, because when I section hair, when I'm cutting hair for myself or for a client, I always section it in 4 quadrants, and basically that is how you are supposed to section your hair, where you part your hair to where you naturally part it or down the middle, and then you have like that T line. You'll have the hair from the front of your hairline all the way to the back, and then you're going to split it down the middle here from your apex to the back of your ear. So you're gonna have 4 sections, and it's good to use a tail comb to just pull those sections apart. It just makes life a lot easier when you section it off like that. So we got scissors, clips, and combs. So a brush comes in handy as well. Like before sectioning off your hair with the comb, use a brush to just brush out all the knots and tangles. If you watch my videos, you guys always see me starting off with brushing all the knots and tangles out of my hair, just to ensure an easy process when it comes to working with the hair. So I'm sure everybody has a brush, no problem. You're also going to need some hair ties. You can use rubber bands, hair ties, or like these little tiny rubber bands. You can get these again at the dollar store or Amazon, or maybe if you have a set of them lying around in your house, like if you used to do loom bands like a few of my girls did here, you'll have a collection of little hair ties that you can use for cutting. So I have all of these that can last me for who knows how long. Another thing that you're going to need when cutting your own hair is a spray bottle. When cutting your hair, it is a lot easier to cut when it's wet. I know in my videos I cut when it's dry, but after learning more about hair and experiencing it, it's much more easier to cut with your hair wet, because when you get a little bit more advanced and stuff and you cut like the underlayer, the first layer of your hair, that basically is your guide, and then when you bring another section of hair down, you're going to cut that longer layer to that previous guide. So when your hair is wet, you can see through it easier than when it's dry. So I highly recommend that you have a spray bottle when you're going to be cutting your hair. A good thing to do first is maybe just wet your hair yourself, put your hair in the bathtub or in the sink, and then just kind of dampen it so that when you're cutting it, it's a lot more manageable when your hair is wet. Usually what I do is I cut the hair wet, just the initial cut, and then after I blow dry the hair, that's when I'll go in and texturize it. You know, if there's any blunt ends or anything like that, like if it's too straight, that's when I'll go in with my scissors and just do a point cut, or I'll use my texturizing shears just to soften the look up a little bit. So that's gonna bring me to my next essential, is thinning shears or texturizing shears. This is a little bit more advanced. You know, like if you're comfortable enough to cut your own hair, or if you have thick hair and you need a lot of texturizing, or you need to thin it out and remove any of the bulk and the weight that you have in your hair, these kind of scissors are a must-have. These are texturizing shears, aka thinning shears. As you can see, there's a blade, and then the other part of the scissors is a comb, and that's good to just texturize your hair. So say for example, you use my method where you just cut your hair, your ponytail off, and then when you release it, your hair is just super straight and just so heavy here. What you can do is you can take like say the 4 sections, like I'm referring to this video here. Say after you cut off your length and you find that it's so heavy, what you can do is you can section your hair into 4 quadrants. You can take 2 sections at the front, clip that away, and then take the 2 sections at the back and clip that away. And then you can work with each section at a time. So if you find that this part is really heavy, then you can take your thinning shears, and then you want to just kind of like, you know how you point cut? You can point cut with the thinning shears and then just get rid of the bulk like that. And you're not going to have to worry about getting rid of the length, because this does not cut off any length, it just cuts off any bulk that you have. Also, if you have thick hair, it helps you remove that excess thickness that you have. But I'm not going to really talk about this or go into details with this. If you guys want me to make a video on how to use texturizing shears to thin out hair and just to give it more of that softer look, let me know. I will make a video on that. Not on my hair, but I will have one of my girls, like my daughter, who is going to be needing a haircut, so I can use her as a little model to show you guys how to use these kind of scissors. If you really want to texturize your hair a little bit more, this is something that you would really need to use. So if you need this, I'll post a link as well in the description box where you can get them off of Amazon. Like, I'm trying to make this all affordable for you guys, since you guys are obviously not professionals, but I'm just gonna make it easy for you to just kind of do your hair, because right now, like I said, we can't leave our homes, we can't get anyone to come and do our hairs or get someone to do your hair, so you have to resort in doing it yourself. And last but not least, I believe for the essentials you're gonna need is a handheld mirror. You guys always see me using a mirror when I'm cutting my hair, because I obviously can't see the back without looking into the mirror. So if you're going to be cutting any of your hair at the back yourself, make sure you have a handheld mirror so that you can see what's going on in the back. Let me go over again one more time all the essentials that you need to cut your hair. So I went over with the hair shears. Remember, hair shears, not scissors. Scissors and shears, you know, they look the same, but they are meant for different things. Hair shears are strictly just for hair, and kitchen scissors are meant for kitchen. Craft scissors are meant for craft. Sewing scissors are meant for sewing or cutting the fabric. So if you really want to take care of your hair, buy yourselves a good pair of hair shears and keep it strictly hidden somewhere safely so that you can use it again for your next haircut. And a little advanced tip for you guys who are going to be using hair shears, cutting your hair with hair shears, you're going to be holding it a little bit differently. I mean, it might be awkward for you guys because you guys are not professionals, you guys don't do it, and you're probably going to hold your hair scissors like this with your thumb and your middle finger, which is what most people usually do. Because when you take scissors like this, you're basically putting like all your fingers in there and cutting it. But as you see with hair scissors, the hole is pretty small because the reason why is you're only supposed to use one finger in each. And then you always notice that there's a little point, a little tail here on top of the handle. This handle is actually supposed to be for your pinky to rest on. So when you're holding hair shears, I'm kind of giving you like a pro tip here. You might not even need to use this because you're just cutting your own hair, but if you really want to have a feel of how professionals use scissors, I'm going to show you how. This part should be up. So what you do is you put your thumb in the bottom and then your ring finger goes up here. And then your pinky rests. So you're not using your index finger or your middle finger at all. They're just going to be sitting nicely up here. And the only scissors are the only fingers that are really working when cutting the hair is your thumb and ring finger. So it just opens up like this. Basically, it's your thumb that's doing all the work. Your ring finger is just there to hold it, but it's the thumb that opens everything up. Try it for yourselves, just be careful, be safe. But when you're holding it, try holding it like this. If you do have scissors like this laying around, like if you have your father, your brother, your husband or boyfriend or anything like that, and they have their own kit for cutting their hair, like the hair clippers, they usually come with scissors in there as well. If you do find something like this at home, just try putting your finger in there. Ring finger, thumb. And use your thumb to open it, and that basically is how you use hair shears. So again, hair shears, hair clips, we got the combs, hairbrush, hair ties, a spray bottle, and a mirror. So that is basically all the tools and essentials that you need to cut your own hair. And with that being said, if you guys cut your own hair, you know, good luck. Just be careful, do not cut yourself and do not cut too much off. You know, I mean, like, I don't know how long we're going to all be in quarantine for. So if you do cut your hair too super short, I mean, it's okay right now because you guys are just going to be at home. I guess it's that time where we can just kind of experiment on ourselves. So either way, just do it safely and just be careful. Don't forget to always wash your hands and stay clean. And I just hope that this whole pandemic will just be over soon so we can all go back and live our normal lives again, because I really miss everyone. I miss being able to see everyone and go places safely and not having to feel scared about, you know, anyone, any like kind of contact out there. But I'm glad that I have this platform here to talk to you guys. You know, my way of communicating to you guys is through here, through social media. So if you guys need someone to talk to, you guys can message me, give me a comment, DM me on Instagram. Whichever means of communication that I have available down there, you can contact me, we can talk to each other and just help each other feel that normalcy that we have all been lacking. So that is it. I hope that this video is helpful. If there are any other kind of tips that you guys want me to give you or any other videos that you want to see, let me know and I will do my best to make them and put them out there for you. Other than that, I will see you guys in my next video.